Hi guys, welcome to another review about super large solar street light. Here we have it, definitely super large size, also very large solar panel area. Everything is fully pre-installed, comes water protected, IP67, comes with a remote control and a motion sensor, comes with this pole to install. We get also all the screws which we need to mount it. And here the remote control even has the batteries already inside. What I like here is the super easy installation despite the large size. So we mount this here, let's say on a wall of the house or on a fence or on a tree, something like that. Of course it has to be strong because there's quite some weight. And on the light itself we have just 4 simple screws. So we have to untighten them a little bit. So you don't want to totally remove it, just increase a little bit the size here. And so after this pole is mounted and secured, we can just move the solar panel on top of it. So this is super helpful, so you can definitely install it on your own. No additional assistance needed, and after that you secure the screws and everything is done and ready, and then you can turn it on here with the button and use the remote control for all the other controls. So super easy. So I'm going outside, install it, and then let you know how it has been performing outside during the night. So I've installed the light now outside, and it was really super easy with this arm or pole 2-step installation. Very easy, you can do this alone. Needs only these 4 screws. Yeah, and so I had this light now outside for a couple of days and it was performing actually nothing, just it didn't turn on. It was showing some charge or some activity here during the day when the sun was shining on the panel, but after the sun has disappeared there was nothing to see here anymore. No matter what I did, you can see here I can turn on and off, I can press as long as I want, can use the remote control, nothing is going to happen. I can't see any real damage here, but there was definitely some damage here on the pole when it arrived. And so I wanted to show you also the packaging. That's the packaging, how it looked when it has arrived. Definitely nothing which you want to see when you get your packages from Amazon. There was some protection on the top and underneath, but nothing to the sides, and so no surprise that it's not in good condition. By the way, the only thing regarding instruction what I got was this thing here. I think it's not instruction, it's more like an order confirmation. Unfortunately, I'm not good in Spanish, so I cannot really understand. So either it didn't come with any instruction or it was lost because the package was pretty much destroyed. So because I can't see any real damage here, my only hope is that maybe the power bank here inside was disconnected when I move it a little bit around. Sometimes I can hear something, that something is moving here inside. So I'm going to remove the screws here and maybe I can show you something which is interesting. Yeah, looks like it's pretty easy to remove them, even with a large screwdriver. So let's lift this up here. At least this is what we can see here. There's this cable here, which I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just for the remote control, but could also be something which got disconnected. Yeah, it looks like it got disconnected from the battery. I don't know how this happened. This is insane. I mean, here we have black, here we have black, so I'm going to repair and attach it again, and then let's see if this is working again. And when we zoom in, I hope you can see that here, that I mean, it was saying 15,000 milliamps, and it looks like it's really 15,000 milliamps here on the battery, but of course it's 3.2 volts, it's not like 5 volts. Most people these days are calculating or thinking about the milliamps with 5 volts because 5 volts is USB.
but native lithium ion is around 3, maybe 3.2 or even 3.7. So maybe converted to 5 volts it would be 10,000 milliamps. So let's see if I can use one of these automatic soldering connections here. I have removed the insulation here and also here, but it's gonna be a pretty tight thing. Oh wow, yeah, okay, you can see light turns on finally, and not only inside, it will be also during the night, so you have to turn it off then pretty soon. Yeah, I have my eyes closed at the moment. It's gonna be a hard job to do that. So I turn it off with a long press on this button here. So let's move this on top of the connection. Yeah, this cable is super short, and because it's so close I can't use a heat gun. Finally I have a heat gun, but I can't use it, so I have to use this one here. No idea if that worked. Burnt a little bit the side here, but other than that it looks like it has made a good connection. So let's turn it on again. We long press here, let's see if it does something. Yeah, okay, definitely turns on without any solar impact here. Okay, turn it off, put everything back. Let's see that we don't squeeze any wires. Don't want to have problems again. So let's check again when it's here before we apply the screws. And so I'm putting back all the screws. I think it's a good idea to make it pretty tight, because I mean it's outside and it should be waterproof. Okay, so here we are. So I'm ready, putting it outside, and then let's see how it's performing. So here we can see the different brightness settings. Here I am on the lowest settings, but of course the camera tries to adapt a little bit, so it's difficult to see the different settings. What you can also see, this flickering, this is something which you don't see in real life, it's just with the camera, but you can see it is illuminating a lot. I have put it in the sensor mode. You can see it goes from super bright then to the lowest setting. That's the lowest setting, and because it's in the sensor mode, when I come closer it will go into the highest mode again. You can see there's quite a difference, but again with the camera it is not fully visible. I mean the difference is not crazy, but it's quite a difference. So here you can see it totally without the light. I have turned it off manually. You can see how dark it is, and here you can see it how bright it is with this light. So it has quite some power, definitely. And here from another angle, totally off, no light. And I mean this is a camera which captures the light really good, so it's probably even darker than what you can see. It is really dark without the light. You would feel very uncomfortable during the night. You can see that here when it's off, and when I turn it on, everything is almost like daylight. There's huge difference, so it's really strong. And of course what's also important to know is that it is a cold white. I mean that's in the specs already. I think they are saying 6500 Kelvin. Yeah, definitely in this area I would say definitely not a warm light, but I would say it's almost like a daylight, something like that. And of course you also want to know how it's performing, how the solar panel is performing, how the battery is performing. And so we are also looking at the first day, even though it arrived not fully charged. Here we are at the evening. I think I installed it just about 1 or 2 hours before, and when we run it here we can see here it's midnight. It's still going strong, but a short time after that it has been stopping. You can see 2:30 in the morning and fading, and a little bit later almost nothing, 5 o'clock not doing anything. So this is not like a bad thing. This is just to prove that at this point of time the battery was totally low, and everything after that was just coming from the solar panel. And so we have first day, and you can see it was a really nice day. I mean, not totally clear. There have been some clouds, and what's important to know, this location, that's an only afternoon sun location. I have it placed on the west side of my home. that reduces the sun duration already to at least 50%. But you can see it's mounted with this steep angle here, and that's towards the west, and the sun is always on this side here, on the left side. So when the sun is shining from here, then it doesn't have a good impact. The impact is pretty low on the solar panel compared to, for example, when you have it mounted on a pole and the light is facing to the north, then you can get maybe 90% of the possible sunlight because there's just a little bit of shade from the pole. But here we have a lot of shade in the morning from the house, and in the afternoon it has a very bad angle. So I would say the solar panel can only get about 20 to 30% of the possible sunlight. So let's see how this is performing in this extreme condition. And so let's keep going. We are at midnight and it's still going strong. 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and daylight. And I think it has not been fading at all. So let's see next day. And of course the light was only at 25%, but you can see there's still some nice illumination. Of course it would probably not be enough to illuminate everything on the highest setting, but I can't do that because of the neighbor anyway. But this proves that when you have it in a good location with a lot of sun, you probably or most likely can illuminate the whole area on the highest setting the whole night. And so we are also seeing next day same thing or even a little bit more clouds. So yeah, that was maybe maximum 20% of the possible sunlight. You can see already at 5:30 p.m. a lot of clouds coming in and then almost totally overcast, and the light is starting to illuminate at 8, and then of course the whole night, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6:30, really till daylight started, and it started with fog. Yeah, that's also possible here in Florida. I mean, it's not summer, but also in summer we can have some fog. That's crazy. You can see, I went back to 7 a.m. You can see it already daylight and a little bit of illumination, but after that it turned off. And next day I would say similar day or even more cloud, and how it has been performing, it was on the whole night. So I think it would even be able to illuminate a couple of nights on 25% even without any sunlight. Probably, unfortunately, I didn't have this situation, but I think the performance of the solar panel and the battery are really good with this light. And what I like here is that we can have it on 25% if we want to use it in an area where we don't have a lot of sun. Of course, when you have it in an area where you have a lot of sun, you don't have any neighbors, you can have it on 100%, or you can have it with the sensor 25% when nobody's there and 100% when people are approaching. What's also really important to know that it has been on the same brightness level even after turning off, let's say during the day, and when it's turned on in the evening, it was always at the same brightness level where we have left it. So you click on 100%, 75, 50, 25%, and it will also stay the next night and the night after that and so on. That's also really important because a lot of lights, they are resetting to 100%, and this is not what you want. So actually everything works exactly how I want it, and so I can give you full recommendation. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.